Hello guys, I'm Ashley, and today I will tell you the story of me and a beautiful little girl named Bella. I met Bella through her father, Jacob. Jacob was actually my boyfriend who eventually became my fiancé. We were together for 3 years before he ended up proposing to me. I was in love with Jacob and obviously said yes. Frankly speaking, he was a great man and I thought he loved me a lot. He introduced me to Bella, who was a sweet and quiet kid. She was always polite and I ended up really liking her. She was a little shy and quiet around me, but we always got along great. With our engagement set, Jacob and I were excitedly planning our wedding. I was still staying in my rented apartment at that time, but was slowly approaching the end of my lease. I must say that I was a little worried about what I was going to do about the apartment. It was then that my fiancé came up with an idea. He said, "Hey, Ashley, why don't you move in with me?" "You want me to move in with you?" "Yeah, we're getting married, so you will be in my house soon anyway. Since I already own the house, you don't even have to pay rent anymore." "But I don't know, I think I'll feel awkward living rent-free with you." "Oh, come on. Don't be like that. It would be nice to have another helping hand around the house. Being a single dad to Bella can be exhausting sometimes. If you come to stay with us, it will be of great help." I guess you are right about that. If I am at your house, I will be able to help you take care of Bella too. I know being a single dad can be tiring since you have to do everything alone. "So, what do you think? Will you move in with me?" "Of course I'll move in with you, Jacob. I have been wanting to do that for a long while now anyway. I thought we would do it after the wedding, but it sure sounds like a good idea right now." I was actually really excited to move in with my new fiancé. I always thought that it was a good idea to live with someone before you marry them. It gives you an idea about what life will be like with them. Also, I think it's important to match your schedules and ways with your partner before you start living together 24/7. It just makes things so much easier and avoids unnecessary problems later. So when Jacob asked me to move in with him and his daughter, I was actually ecstatic. I moved in with my fiancé as soon as I could. Since I worked from home, it was easy for me to get settled into a new place. Jacob already had a great Wi-Fi connection for his gaming computers, so I didn't have trouble setting up my own devices for work. It was actually nice, finally being able to live with the love of my life. Bella was just an added advantage since I loved her a lot too. I was super excited to take care of her and spend some quality time bonding before the wedding happened. So after I moved in completely, I actually planned a nice day out with my soon-to-be daughter. Bella was actually on spring break from school, so it wasn't like she was missing classes. The weather was also getting better, so it was the perfect day for having a picnic and going on mini adventures. I actually forgot to inform Jacob about it because he was in a hurry to leave for the office that morning. I thought I would tell him once he was back from the office. We weren't going to stay out till it was dark anyway. Maybe we could even surprise him at the office and have dinner together before coming home. I'm sure you can tell that I had done some serious planning. After Jacob left, I got ready and excitedly went to Bella's room to wake her up. To my surprise, I saw that her room was empty. I panicked a little because I didn't hear her call for anyone or even walk down for breakfast. I started to look everywhere for her while screaming her name. Ultimately, I heard her answer from the kitchen. I think Bella went downstairs when I was getting ready. Honestly, I was surprised that she didn't make even a little noise. And what shocked me even more was that I saw her washing the dishes in the kitchen. I immediately stopped her and said, "What are you doing, Bella? Why are you washing the dishes?" "I came down and saw that there were dirty dishes in the sink, so I got to work." Oh, no, 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 Bella. You don't have to wash the dishes. You can keep them. I will do that for you. When did you wake up? You didn't even call anyone. I woke up before Daddy left for work. I was in the garden watering the plants. I didn't want to give you any trouble. What are you talking about, Bella? You are no trouble at all. Why were you up so early? You stayed up with us late last night since you helped me unpack. You didn't have to wake up so early today. The other day, Bella was actually up with us until 12 a.m. She sat beside me helping me unpack till I literally took her to her room and patted her head till she fell asleep. The kid literally insisted on being there to help us and just wouldn't listen to me. I now realized that strangely, Jacob hadn't discouraged his daughter at all. He was telling me to let her be and help us. I was finding it slightly annoying because kids shouldn't be up so late. Adults can't help it if there was work, but kids absolutely needed to sleep by 10 p.m. at the latest. So once the clock hit 12 a.m., I had had enough and took Bella to her room. She was a little spooked and was begging me to let her stay. I thought that maybe she was having too much fun with all the unpacking and didn't want to leave. I wish I had known why she was being resistant. Daddy hates it when I wake up late. I also had to water the plants. There was too much work to do. You love to help around the house, don't you, Bella? I guess I do, Ashley. Well, you can help us sometimes, but doing everything around the house is not your responsibility, dear. Your father and I are there for that. Bella actually looked down and didn't give me a reply. I don't know what was the matter with her. She was acting really odd, and I could see that clearly. It was one day since I moved in, and the household was already starting to look a little crazy to me. I eyed Bella suspiciously and said, You have been watering plants and trying to wash dishes since the morning. Did you even have breakfast? No, I was going to go and get some after cleaning the dishes. And what were you going to eat? Cereal and milk maybe, or maybe some crackers and cream if Daddy has bought them from the grocery store. I didn't know what in the world Jacob was doing in the house. It was like he didn't know how to manage his own household. His 8-year-old child was literally telling me that she makes herself breakfast out of packaged food with zero nutritional value. Maybe Jacob didn't have time to cook in the morning, but he could have done the prep the night before. I didn't even know what he used to give Bella for school lunch. I was starting to realize that it was a good idea I moved in. There were a lot of things that needed to change around the house. I thought that Jacob was probably overwhelmed and needed a little help to get back on track. Still, I was in disbelief and said, Wait, that's what you were going to eat for breakfast? Packaged food and lots of sugar? That is not good for you, Bella. I can't cook, so I don't know what else to eat. I tried to cut some fruits once, but I cut my hand. Knives scare me now. What are you talking about, honey? It's not your job to make breakfast, it's ours. I have already made pancakes today. I left the batter out so that you can have them hot and fresh when you wake up. I had no idea you were up, let alone the fact that you hadn't had breakfast. Sit down right now and eat. I quickly made Bella pancakes, since the poor child must have been hungry for a while now. I swear to you guys that I didn't hear Bella wake up or get out in the back garden to water flowers. The girl never makes a sound, and I don't know how she managed to be so quiet. A girl her age should be full of energy and always ready to cause mischief. However, Bella was always quiet and demure. At first I thought maybe it was because Bella was shy around me, but it had been a reasonable amount of time since I had met Bella. She should have warmed up to me by now. Maybe she was still a little unsure of me, and I thought that our little day of adventure would slowly solve the problem. I was hoping Bella would unleash her inner child and finally be herself around me. So I excitedly said, I have planned a nice day out for you and me today, Bella. Since you and your father helped me unpack last night, I don't have much work on my hands today. I also took a day off from work so that we could go on some fun adventures. You want to take me out? Where are we going, Ashley? We can go anywhere you want, dear. We can go to the park where you can play around, maybe the mall, arcade, just anywhere you want. Later, we'll have a nice lunch together. We will figure things out as we go. We have the whole day to ourselves. The whole day? When will we be back? I need to be back home soon. Bella seemed nervous that I was taking her out for the whole day. In fact, she was downright surprised by the fact that I was taking her out at all. I was honestly starting to think that she wasn't comfortable with me, or maybe didn't want to go out with me. Now that was concerning because I really wanted Bella to like me. I said, "What's the matter, Bella? Don't you want to go out with me? I don't want to pressure you, dear. If you want to be home, I will understand." I want to go out with you, but I need to be back home soon. I have stuff to do. Oh, okay. Then we will be back home soon. I was thinking about getting your father from work and having dinner before coming home. But if you want to come home sooner, we will do that. No, let's not do that. Daddy will be angry at us. We need to be home before Daddy comes home. Please tell me you will bring me back home sooner than that. Bella was now visibly panicking and really getting stressed. I had no idea why she wanted to be home before her father. She was literally shaking a little. I didn't want her to stress anymore, so I didn't push the issue anymore. I promised her that we would be back before her father came home, and she seemed to be relieved. It was then that I started having doubts that Bella was scared of her father. My mind said that her father had scared her about going out alone or being late so that she wouldn't wander and get into unsafe situations, but my gut was telling me something else. I was really getting concerned about Bella and what was wrong with her. After Bella finished her breakfast, she insisted on washing her own dish. I allowed her to wash just her dish because she insisted so much, but I didn't let her wash everything else even if she insisted. The little girl's habit of getting house chores done would make people think it's adorable. However, I was finding it rather odd, although I didn't know why. Bella and I did end up going for our little day out and had fun. However, once it was noon, Bella was stressed again and kept telling me to take her home. She even denied having ice cream because that would mean we would be wasting more time. Can you imagine a child denying ice cream? Yeah, me neither, guys. That's why I was really concerned and took her straight home. I wanted to see what important work she had to do at home. As soon as we got home, Bella ran up to her room and told me that she would be changing. I went to my own room and took time to change while wondering what was going on with her. Then I went back to the kitchen to wash the dishes. Lo and behold, the dishes were already washed. I was so confused and felt like I was losing my mind. There was only one explanation about who did it. I went to look for Bella and found her in the laundry room trying to sort out clothes and getting them washed. I was shocked beyond belief. What are you doing, Bella? Did you wash the dishes and now come here to do laundry? Yes, I washed them as fast as I could. I hope I didn't disturb you with all that noise. I will be done with the laundry soon. If I hurry, I can get it done before Daddy comes home. Bella, you are not making any sense right now. Why are you doing all the chores around the house? I have to do my chores, Ashley. That's what I have to do to get food. Those were the words that I never thought I would hear from an 8-year-old girl's mouth. I hadn't even been 2 full days in Jacob's house, and I was already starting to feel like there were a lot of things going wrong here. The shock on my face was very clear, and even Bella noticed that because she looked away from me. I said rather loudly, What on earth are you talking about, Bella? Who told you all this nonsense? Daddy told me this, Ashley. He said that I needed to earn my food and stay. Since I can't earn money, I have to do all the household chores. Oh my God, no, no. You don't have to do everything, Bella. Daddy must have been joking. He is your father, so he is going to feed you and house you for free anyway. You don't have to take him so seriously, dear. But if I don't complete my chores, Daddy punishes me. I don't want to be punished again. Now that was another thing I never expected Bella to say. She was literally saying that Jacob punished her for not doing all the chores in the house. I never really saw abusive signs in Jacob, but I was going to listen to Bella about what she had to say. If what she was saying was true, something needed to be done soon. I had to get the truth out of Bella. I said, "You have to tell me what Daddy does, Bella. I'm here now, so he will not punish you anymore. He doesn't let me eat when I leave my chores incomplete, and that's why I work in the garden and wash dishes before having breakfast. Daddy hates it when I don't complete my chores and make too much noise." Is that why you are quiet all the time, Bella? Yes, Daddy gets really angry when I make noise. He says that I'm annoying him. He locked me in my room for a whole day once when I dropped a plate by mistake. Bella then went on to describe in detail all the ways Jacob was abusing her. The girl has never been to a doctor and has not even been given proper food. All she gets is a few nuggets or crackers from time to time because Jacob doesn't cook. He always orders out and eats junk, but he doesn't bother giving his own daughter proper meals. I was genuinely horrified at what I heard Bella say. It was truly terrifying to know that the man I loved was an abuser and didn't even stop for a small 8-year-old girl. She fed me lies about why his daughter was skinny and quiet all the time. Everything he said to me was a lie. He was a monster. Before I could even think about something else, I heard Jacob pull up to the driveway. Bella's eyes went wide as saucers and she started to cry a little, saying, "Oh no, Daddy's here and I haven't finished doing anything. He's going to lock me in my room and won't let me have dinner." No, listen to me, Bella. Please just calm down. Nothing will happen. Just allow me to explain these things to your father. I will take the blame for you. Really? You would take the blame for me? But then he won't allow you to have dinner. I pay for my own meals, Bella. He won't be able to do that to me. Just trust me, dear. Everything will be okay. I am here for you now. I calmed Bella down and sent her to her room. Then I greeted Jacob as usual and told him to go freshen up while I made him a snack. He seemed to be in a good mood and went to get changed. After a while, I heard him come downstairs and I called Bella to join us for a quick snack. As soon as Bella came down, he looked at her angrily and said, "Have you done all your chores, Bella? Don't lie to me because I know I will find out the truth." "Daddy, no, I didn't complete them." "What's the matter with you, Jacob? Bella was trying to do laundry and wash the dishes. I was the one who stopped her." "Who told you to stop her? I gave those chores to Bella. You had no right to interfere in my parenting." "You told an 8-year-old child to literally do grown-up house chores. This is just unreasonable. Besides, Bella and I went out today, so she didn't have time." "Oh, I see. All right then, Bella. I'm letting you go this time, but from tomorrow, I don't want you slacking. As for you, Ashley, my household operates in a certain way. I don't want you to mess it up. If you want to live under my roof, I expect you to follow my rules." Jacob gave me a cold look before neutralizing his expression and eating his food. As soon as he was done, he went to his gaming room to play. I was honestly taken aback by his nonchalant attitude about everything. It was starting to make sense why he made Bella do everything around the house. He was a lazy man and didn't want to do anything except work. In the entire day, he never offered to help with a single house chore, and he didn't even talk about dinner. It was I who made dinner, and even washed the dishes and did the laundry later. That night, as I lay in bed, a million things went through my head. I'm not completely stupid. I knew that if I confronted Jacob, he might throw me out, and I wouldn't be able to do anything about Bella. Bella would be left to fend for herself while her father would continue this cycle of abuse. And if I stay quiet and let things be, eventually Bella and I would both be in trouble. After what I heard and witnessed that day, I didn't want to marry the man at all. All my feelings for him disappeared and were replaced by fear. I feared for myself and for Bella. I had to come up with a plan and needed to do it soon. The next morning after Jacob left for work, I did what I thought would be the best course of action. I took Bella and drove straight to Jacob's mom, Mary's house. All the times I had met Mary, I thought that she was a kind and just soul. She was also a very strict woman with a keen sense of morals. Under the circumstances, she was my best option. I knew she loved Bella and would definitely stand up for her if she knew the truth. I convinced Bella that it would be a good idea to talk to her grandma. She seemed really scared, and I practically had to drag her to Mary's apartment. I didn't want to traumatize Bella, but I also didn't want to leave her in such deplorable conditions. When we reached Mary's apartment, she looked extremely happy to see us. After all, who wouldn't love it when they get to see their granddaughter by surprise? She welcomed us in and soon realized that something was wrong with Bella. She kept asking her, but Bella kept her mouth shut. So I sent her to play and sat down next to Mary to say, "I'm sorry for showing up unannounced, Mary. There is something very serious that I want you to know." "What's the matter, Ashley? What's so serious? Is Jacob okay?" "Yes, Mary, Jacob's okay, but Bella isn't, and that's why we are here." Oh my God, I could see it on her face that something is wrong. "Tell me what's going on." "Listen to me, Mary. What I'm about to tell you will be shocking, but I think it's unfortunately true, especially because Bella has told me everything herself." I then proceeded to tell Mary exactly what Bella had told me the last day. Mary listened to me with patience, but I could see that she was horrified by what she learned. When I was done, she was shaking and had tears in her eyes. She was trying hard to get her emotions in check. With a shaking voice, she said, "Oh my God, I should have seen this coming. How did I miss all the signs?" "What signs are you talking about, Mary?" "I am such a bad grandmother, Ashley. I had doubts that Jacob was being neglectful. He kept telling me that Bella was skinny because of genetic problems. I believed him like a fool. I think Bella was trying to tell me something a year ago, but Jacob came and shut her down. After that, he rarely allowed me to have Bella alone. I never realized this until now. Oh God, what have I done?" No, don't blame yourself, Mary. You had no way to know. You can't change the past. Please don't beat yourself up for this. What matters is what we are going to do next. Mary was rightfully concerned about Bella, and together we came up with a game plan. There was no way we were allowing Jacob to abuse Bella again, and there was no way Bella was going back to her father's house. So, Mary had a talk with Bella and somehow convinced her to go to the cops with her. Then, together, the three of us filed a complaint to the police about child abuse and neglect. It was a hard day, but we managed to get everything done. The cops began their investigation and CPS was involved. While this was going on, I actually got a call from Jacob. I immediately started to record the conversation so that I could get a confession out of him. Jacob seemed angry on the phone and said, "I am back home from the office. Where on earth are you and Bella? Have you taken her out again?" "Yes, Bella and I are out. Why are you getting so angry, Jacob? You can't keep my daughter away from her chores every day, Ashley. I've told you countless times not to interfere with my parenting. You are not parenting your child, Jacob. You are abusing her. I know how you starve and lock up Bella when she fails to do any of her chores. What is wrong with you, Jacob? Shut up, Ashley. She's my child, so I can do whatever I want with her. You better get used to it. After we get married, this will be your life. You are delusional if you think I will ever marry you after this. You have no idea how far I can go to protect myself and Bella. Jacob actually laughed when I told him this. His laugh was cold and unfeeling. It was like he was enjoying himself while telling me that I couldn't do anything to him. He said, "Oh, really, Ashley? Tell me, what are you going to do? You have no rights over Bella. You can't take her away from me." Well, she may not be able to take Bella away, but I can, Jacob. I can and I will. What? What's going on, Mom? Yes, it's me, Jacob. You think you can get away with what you did to my granddaughter? Ashley, you little witch, you told my mom everything? Oh, yes, Jacob. What did you expect? That I was going to sit around and watch you abuse your child? I wasn't going to let that happen. You will pay for this, Ashley. Don't think I will let you get away with this. Oh, please, Jacob. You won't be able to do anything. We are already at the police station filing a report against you. The cops will be knocking at your door soon. I will take Bella away and will be disowning you for life. I do not want such an evil, shameless son like you. Karma is coming for you, Jacob. Mary said that and hung up on Jacob while he was screaming at us and calling us names. The call recording was then sent to the police database as evidence, and the cops immediately left to arrest Jacob because by then they had plenty of proof to get him in jail. While he was brought down to the police station, Mary and I, along with a police officer, went back to his house to pack mine and Bella's clothes. Mary was given temporary custody of Bella, and she also invited me to stay with her. Mary actually lived in an apartment with security, so Jacob won't be able to get to us easily. We were able to get everything we needed and eventually moved into Mary's apartment. I must say that she is seriously our hero. Despite Jacob being her son, she took our side and even let me stay with her because I had nowhere else to go. Bella was super scared, so together we comforted her and got her an emergency appointment with a therapist. Jacob did get out on bail eventually, but guess what happened? The word spread around town and he was actually fired from his job. His job had a specific clause that said employees would be fired if they got arrested and had an ongoing case against them. So Jacob ended up losing his job. I will give you a shorter version of what happened next. Jacob lost his job and went absolutely crazy. He did show up to Mary's apartment and caused a huge scene trying to get to us. Everything was recorded by the apartment security cameras, and eventually the guards called the cops on him. He caused some destruction to the apartment property, so they filed a case against him. We were also able to get restraining orders against Jacob. After his brilliant show of behavioral issues and abuse, he eventually lost custody of Bella. She is now with Mary, who has taken up her care for good. Jacob didn't even get visitation because of what he did at Mary's apartment. Currently, Jacob is employed in a place where he had to take a huge pay cut. The court ordered him to pay a lot of money in fines for all the charges that were against him. He had to sell his house and move into a rented apartment because of his loss in income and court fees. I am still living with Mary and taking care of Bella with her. Bella has become a huge part of my life, and I am honestly very lucky to have both Mary and Bella with me. Every day I thank God that I could save Bella and also myself from an abusive man. I almost married a monster, but was able to not only escape last minute, but also punish him for abusing his child.